Welcome to Read Ancient Languages. I'm Dr. Fausto Labruto. Today we go back to ancient Egypt to learn how to read the name of one of the most legendary rulers of all times, Queen Hatshepsut. Queen Hatshepsut reigned over Egypt as the fifth pharaoh of the 18th dynasty of the New Kingdom in the 15th century BCE. She was the widow of Pharaoh Thutmose II, and at the death of Thutmose, she reigned as a co-ruler to her stepson, who later became the famous Pharaoh Thutmose III. Hatshepsut is remembered as a queen who ruled over Egypt during a period of prosperity. She is known for establishing important trade routes, which contributed to make Egypt one of the main Near East powers during the late Bronze Age. And she's also known as a prolific builder. She oversaw the construction of some famous monuments, such as the temple complex in Karnak. In this video, we will see how her name is written in hieroglyphs. Now, as I mentioned in other videos on this channel, Egyptian pharaohs didn't have just one name. Their royal titulary consisted of up to 5 different names. The first 3 names, called the Horus name, the Nabiti name, and Golden Horus name, were highly formulaic and often repetitive, whereas the throne name and above all the birth name were more individual. Hatshepsut's throne name, the name she took when she became a pharaoh, was Maat Kara, which you see in this cartouche, and it means true is the Ka of the god Ra. The Ka is the vital essence, often translated as the soul. But today we will concentrate on her birth name, Hatshepsut, which you see in this other cartouche, and we will learn how to read it. But before we start reading it together, please remember to hit the button to subscribe to this channel. So, the cartouche with the name of Hatshepsut. First of all, cartouche is a term used to indicate this oval, which contains a proper name. This particular name is carved on red granite on an obelisk in Karnak. It's actually the second tallest Egyptian obelisk after the Lateran obelisk in Rome. Then a quick reminder. Hieroglyphs are read from top to bottom, and they can be read from left to right or from right to left, depending on the orientation of the symbols. In this particular inscription, the symbols of the lion and the woman are looking to the right, so we need to read them from right to left. So let's start. First, the first hieroglyph is a very common one, the reed, and spells the sound I. Next, we come to this other hieroglyph, which represents a Senet board. In case you wonder what Senet is, it was an ancient Egyptian board game, something like chess. This hieroglyph spells the sound M. Then we have the hieroglyph which represents water, and it spells the sound N. Taken together, these 3 hieroglyphs spell Imn, which is the name of a god, whom we in English call Amun. Now we look at the second row. In the second row, we see the hieroglyph of a jar, which is read Knm, and then the hieroglyph of a loaf of bread, which is read T. Knm means united, and the loaf of bread is added to indicate the female gender of this adjective. Taken together, the 2 hieroglyphs read Knmt, which means united for a female. So, Imn Knmt means united to Amun, and is an attribute of Queen Hatshepsut, a sign of devotion to this deity. And so now we come to the real birth name of Hatshepsut. The first hieroglyph is the head and front quarter of a lion. This, together with the other loaf of bread, is read Hat and means foremost. Finally, we have the hieroglyph of the noblewoman, We can see she's not an ordinary woman, but a noble woman, because she sits on a throne and has a scepter. And the three lines behind her indicate this word is plural. This set of hieroglyphs reads Hatshepsut and means noble woman. So, Hatshepsut means foremost among the noble women. And this is the birth name of this queen, Hatshepsut. In English, we read it Hatshepsut. So the whole birth name reads in ancient Egyptian, Im Khnumt Hatshepsut, and it means united to Amun, foremost among the noble women. So we have just learned how to read the name of Queen Hatshepsut, whom we see depicted in a statue. She was pharaoh of Egypt in the 15th century BCE, and here is a beautiful picture of her mortuary temple in Karnak, Egypt. The next time you will visit the ruins of ancient Egypt, you will be able to read her name on obelisks and other inscriptions. And if you're not going to visit Egypt anytime soon, but you happen to visit a museum of ancient history and art, you may see examples of jewels inscribed with the name of this queen, and you will be able to identify them and read them. For example, this is shown at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City, and this one is kept in the Israel Museum in Jerusalem. Thank you for watching Read Ancient Languages. Don't forget that I am out with a book on the Hittites and their language. You can learn more about the book checking the book launch video on this channel.